Good morning. Okay, I promise we'll start in a second. I just need to finish making my coffee. The kettle is doing its thing, but it didn't do its thing fast enough, so I'm just waiting for it to finish up. Oh geez, I didn't even open Unity. Wow. Okay, so there might be something else I need to do quickly as well. Come on, Unity. Come on. This is a slow piece of software. Okay, I think I'm there. Just need to open the C# project in Visual Studio. And I hear the kettle is done boiling. So let me just go grab the coffee and then I will be back and then we can start. Okay. I also have a cat with me today, and I think she wants to go outside. So let me just tend to her needs first, right? Cat first, and all that. Okay. Get my earphones going. Cat is now sorted. My Unity is open. I have my coffee. It's super hot. Let's go over to this screen. Something's wrong here. Why am I? What? It feels like I moved. Or maybe I'm just... Well, anyway, good morning. Let's just get right into it. Let's go to the coding interview. The coding view. It does seem... like I moved a little bit. I hope this is working for everybody. I am seeing some funny business in my Twitch stream overlay. So let me maybe just open the stream on the channel before we go too far. Okay. Seems like there's quite a delay. That's interesting. I've never had this problem. Is my internet being funny today? But poor network connection detected. Ah, no, this is the first one for me. Let me just see something. Yeah, okay, that works. That works. It's streaming at 2 megabytes per second. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna pause it there, and let's pause it over here on YouTube. So YouTube thinks my stream is healthy and good, while Twitch says it's unstable. What does that mean? Twitch, tell me. Okay, I am just gonna leave it. I'm gonna say that it's fine. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat. If there is, perhaps they can tell me. What is it? Do they see anything that's funny? I don't think anything is funny today. According to OBS, it's fine. According to YouTube, it's fine. It's only Twitch that's having some issues this morning. And I have no idea why. Let's just see. Yeah, it pretty much seems like there's a massive delay on the stream on Twitch. Ha. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but we must go on. So, let's go on. Okay, so you might notice that it's a little bit earlier today. So I decided that I wanted to get a little bit more done in the mornings. So I'm waking up an hour earlier. Right, so I'm starting the streams at 3:30 in South African time instead of the usual 4:30. Now, you might be thinking that seems ridiculous. Why am I waking up so early? Well, you see, the thing is, this is what I want to do, right? I want to be working on the game on a daily basis, and I want to progress as quickly as possible. The thing is, after the stream ends, it's almost impossible for me to come back and work on the game. Right, I might discuss some of the topics with my wife. We might look at the models. We might fiddle with. I might fiddle with something here and there. She does a lot of the modeling work during the day. But me having a business to run and working as a part-time lecturer, I just don't have time. I have no time, so I don't get into the game development stuff at all during the day. I also had a little bit of an awkward hour of time in the evenings. So this was basically, we have a little toddler, so, we'll do dinner, then bath time, and then he goes to bed. And then I would have to go to bed like an hour after him, at least, somewhere between, depending on how quickly he goes to bed. It's somewhere between half an hour and an hour. So I didn't really do anything during that time because it was a very short amount of time, right? It was only like 40 minutes to an hour, and I would normally just sit around watching some videos or trying to play a game, and I wouldn't even really get into it because, an hour is not that much time, and I'm super tired by that time. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go to bed. Why not? Like, I don't need more screen time at that point. 30 minutes before I want to go to bed, so I might as well just go to bed. And then when I go to bed, I could add an extra hour to the stream in the mornings. So here I am with an extra hour to the stream. Now, what are we gonna do for this stream today? Well, you might remember yesterday we made a bunch of the building stuff work, right? We spawned we made the buildings. No, we made the buildings like 2 days ago. Yesterday we just made it possible for the camps to be destroyed. We also fixed a couple of bugs, etc. Now, unfortunately, this whole camp destroying thing didn't. I mean, it works, right? You get the spawn to stop. However, there's no visual confirmation that anything's destroyed or something like that. So I want to add sound effects, and so this would be when you are hitting the totem, there needs to be sound, and also when it gets destroyed, I think there should be some kind of a sound effect. Just like, visual audio confirmation that the thing you wanted to do happened. So that's what we're going to do today. And then I guess we are ready to go work on our new enemy. So we'll start building this guy. He won't be, we'll see, right? We'll see what we come up with. But yeah, it's a bit of work, right? Making a whole new character from scratch. So we'll see how this goes, but we'll first finish off this stuff, and then we'll get into that and see how far we get on all these points. Okay, so we want sound effects. So sound effects is one of the things we want, right? So we can go check what sound effects we have. Audio assets. I have this nice bundle. Everything VFX. So you can check this one, and Okay, wait. Maybe we go to footstep. No. No. Pack for RPGs. So here might be some interesting stuff. Attacks, but oh, look at this. I didn't even realize. Okay, wait. Let's for a minute pause our music and see what some of these sound like. Ooh, I actually like this one more than the ones we're using right now for the attack. It's more subtle. Hmm. Okay. That's all. That's not quite enough. Let's try this one. Well, let's look at the sword, for instance, and we say sword equip, sword, wood shield. Maybe. That sounds... don't know about that one. It kind of sounds pretty much just like the same thing. Oh, here we have impacts sound effects. Okay. Body, axe hit. Ooh, juicy. Okay. Breaking branches. Dirt fall. Glass impact. Okay, now let's actually click on the ones that paperboard. What does that sound like? Yeah, let's see if we can't find something. Throwing firewood. Not quite, eh? Wood debris. Yeah, not so much, but wood hit. Wood impact. Let's go with the wood hit sound effect, and then we could even use one of the wood impact ones for when it falls over, right? Okay. So we need to go. We can start the music again, I guess. Okay, but now since we have our Twitch is up in arms again about the connection being unstable, while YouTube is perfectly happy. Well, sorry about that. If it is affecting you, I have no idea what is causing any of this. I guess it's just my internet, which I really can't do much about. I have no power over how good my internet is at any given point in time. Okay, but let's see. Okay, so we have these wood hits, so we need to go to our scriptable objects, audio clips, right? And no, actually we need to go to scripts, scriptable objects, the audio clip scriptable object. Okay, and we pretty much just have to add some more stuff here. So we want public audio clip array, arrow, wood hit sounds. And then we could probably do wood, falling sounds. Okay, so just do that, and then we can add stuff in there. What is this thing doing? Enable Copilot? Nah, that's fine. Go away. I don't need AI. Well, I don't think I need AI. I don't know. I've never tried using AI for coding. Okay. But that should now have edited our actual scriptable objects for the audio clips. I just need to lock this guy. And here we have all our sound effects, so we need to go back to our sounds. Ooh. It's the impact one now. Yeah. Could I drag all of them like this? Wouldn't that be nice? I can! I mean, I might need one of these. I don't know. Let's drag two of them in there. Yeah, I'm not quite sold on that sound effect for the string. Actually, don't we have like a nice explosion sound effect? What's this? Sound magic. Okay. I went through this, right? Yeah, I think so. It's what's magic? Okay. I just want to hear what some of these are. That's a bit weird. Let's see quickly here. I should have, if I go to Windows, Window Package Manager, just check what's in this project. So I believe, yeah, here we have this package is no longer supported. Okay. Oh, did I want to say re-download? No, maybe I wanted to say re-import. Damn it. Re-import. Hopefully this works out. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Where did my coaster go? Normally I have a coaster for my coffee, but it's just it's gone. Probably has something to do with My toddler, he likes to take things from a table and run. Ah, say. What is this thing now? So unhappy. Because I think there was a lot more in this bundle that I just, I didn't download all of it. I just kind of went through it and tried to take things that I think are relevant. But there is a lot more. So there is hundreds of sounds, millions of sound, not millions. This is probably in the thousands of sound effects. Yeah, so here you can see. So it picks up that I already have a bunch of things. So let's just say none for now, so I don't want any of this. So coins, no, that's fine. Explosions, you see. This is, I should have kept this one. Explosions, jumping. Nobody can jump in this game. Other. Well, that's not a super useful description. Yeah, let's just close that one. Shooting, I mean, laser. It's probably guns right now. We don't need guns. Steps, no. Voices. I don't think so. Action and crafting. Let's see. Action. You see here we have a bunch of explosions as well. Here's a flame loop. The reason I want this maybe is because perhaps I want to put a little, make the pots in the camps boil and stuff like that. Perhaps. But let's just leave it for now. Crafting. Blow wood. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here that can be used as wood hitting sound effects, right? Could we preview these? Doesn't seem like I can. Okay, let's just take these wood ones. Well, yes. This is annoying. Okay, hammer on wood. And blow wood as well. I don't know what that means. That's just... I'm assuming it's like blow as in hitting it, but yeah, who knows. Okay, ambient dark soundscapes. I mean, we have music, so it's fine. Atmospheric sounds. Okay, this might be more what I want here, but no, I don't think I'm gonna worry about that. Axe shield. Okay, it's all the sound effects for the different weapons. I think we have most of those. Barefoot sounds on carpet, dirt, grass, sand, jeez. Leaves. Wow, okay, now these barefoot sound packs are incredibly biomechanical. No, we don't need that. Blood and hit. I can always come back to this if I feel like one day I need to add more sound effects, right? Which is kind of what I'm doing right now. I just don't want to clutter. This is like 5 GB worth of files, and like, you know, I'm just gonna clutter everything if I put this in here. Debris. Here's some interesting ones for Word. Let's insert that. Okay, now this is like exoskeletons, like mechs and stuff. Factory? No, we don't have a factory. Farm animal sounds. We have a couple of farm animals. Chicken, for instance. Let's skip that. Okay. Fire, magic sounds. Arrow impact. Arrow shot. There's a lot of footsteps in here. This pack is mostly... Oh, grenade and explosion. Okay. Let's see. Explosion. Take those, maybe they sound a bit better. There's just so many sound effects here. Bunch of magic stuff. I think I have this one, yeah. I did listen to those. It's what I currently use. Lightning magic sounds. Yes, like that so much. We can make some nice sound effects. Different earth, magics. Oh geez, there's just like multiple packs. I wonder what these sounds like. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, let's put in the monster sound effects. Okay, I'm gonna import that, see what we have to work with. Come on, load. Yeah, you can see why I don't actually import all of this, right? Yeah, you can actually see the package in total is 4.3 gigabytes. Right, that's a bit rough, right? I can't just have 4 gigs of stuff lying in my project, not doing anything, not contributing to anything. I wonder if there's an easy way to delete everything once I'm done. Don't know, actually. Or when you compile the game, perhaps it only includes the stuff that's actually part of the game and not everything in the folder. That would be kind of nice. So it only includes stuff that's actually being used and not just random things that are dropped in folders somewhere. But I have no idea how the compiler works and how any of that works, so we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works. I think it was for Godot when I did my first game and I compiled it there. Or exported, or whatever you want to call it. It actually didn't work that way. So I ended up with a bunch of sound, well, a massive file. And then I realized, oh, it's because there was like one soundtrack that was like 400 megabytes. I don't know, 200, 400. It was big, right? It was too big. Because it inflated, I think it doubled the size of the whole project. And I wasn't even using that sound file. Okay, so we should have some more stuff here now. Let's see what I have to work with. Let's pause the music again. So we can listen to some of these sounds. Okay, so... oh, these are 8-bit explosions. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. Okay. Whoopsie. Okay, I like this actually. Yeah, these blows sound good. But these are some powerful blows onto wood. Yeah, yeah. I think that sounds way better than... Yeah, those are kind of weak. Yeah, let's go with those ones. So we'll do that, and then we can... How do we delete elements now? Just try the delete button. Okay, we should probably... Yeah. Thought so. Let's just move them to the back, and then we can do minus, 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 minus. Now we only have the good blowing sounds. Okay, cool. We got a few, so there'll be some variety when we whenever we hit something that's wooden. Okay, let's see. Fortunately, I got this explosion pack as well. That's a bit rough, hey? How? Actually, I'm not checking how the sound is doing in the stream. Let me just see. Okay, I hope I'm not blowing anybody's heads off with these sounds. Okay. Wait, is that all the stuff I got for explosions? Huh. Oh, you have debris. Would impact large. I could just use one of these. Let's see. Okay, let's take these ones. Wood impact. Now, what I'm thinking is to just kind of make it... what am I thinking? So I should play one of the wood impact sounds when it gets destroyed. Yeah, I suppose that's fine. I've heard games doing building destruction like that. We just get like some debris explosion sound and not like an explosion. Because it isn't... We're not going to literally blow it up with a big bomb type of thing, right? Okay. So we have our wood sounds and all that good stuff. Now we just need to get this thing to play sounds when it gets hit. So we need to open our camps. Our tribal totem. Why am I? Oh, I'm not in scene view. Okay. There we go. So this is our little camp. Okay, so totem. Mr. Totem. I need to change a few things. Okay, I can unlock this because it's now locked. Okay, so I need to do a few things to you. Okay, enemy building take damage. So this script needs to do something. Let's say every time it can take damage, we should play a sound, right? Whoopsie. So that's where we're gonna go. And I also need to open my sound manager. Let's go to sound manager. And I think, let's see, we want a new one like this, and we call it play wood hit sound or totem hit sound. Totem hit sound. I'm just gonna call it totem for now, because yeah, it's... Yeah, let's call it totem. And what I also want to do... Oh, I should be able to do... audio clips SO wood hit sounds. Okay, play totem sound, so it goes here, it plays the wood hit sounds at whatever the position is of the thing that calls this function. And it should be straightforward enough, because this would now... I wonder if we can do... Sound manager, play sound. What else can we say here? Volume multiplier. What does this thing do? Oh, okay, it's just two different variants. So you can either do a whole array of sounds or just... Oh, but this is my play sound function, right? Yeah, I want to know what this does. Audio source, play clip at point. Okay. What else can we say here? Okay. So that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, because I have this other problem. Okay, but this script should work now. We can figure the rest out. So now we can do... every time it gets hit, it can do sound manager.instance .play totem sound. It should be totem hit sound, right? And we just do transform.position, I guess. I think that's what it wants. No? Just wants to transform. Okay, so just pass yourself totem hit sound. I'm gonna rename this one. Yeah, because that is what it is, right? It's the hit sound for the totem. Okay, so now we have a totem hit sound. I also want the damage numbers to look a bit different, so I might have to change my damage number prefab. So if we go to prefabs, okay, let's just close audio assets. Okay, prefabs, my pop-ups. So we have this damage number, right? Just looks like that, which is fine, right? This looked good for most things, right? And we don't want to go crazy here. So let's duplicate this actually. We'll rename this damage number totem. Okay, so now we have these two. Let's open damage number totem. And this is kind of cool. We can literally just edit everything over here. So I can do all kinds of inits. I can make it health. Okay. Basic glow. Shadow. Whoa. Gore. Blood thick. Poison. Gold. Okay. Health. Mana. Fire. Interesting. Okay. Let's make the order a little bit different so it's more in front so you can see this one. Material, I don't worry about that right now, that's fine. Face camera view, look at, okay, that's fine. Text Mesh Pro. So is this where we change the size and potentially the color? I guess so. So if we make this a 10, maybe too big. Let's make like 8. So it's definitely going to be bigger. Color. Let's give it an outline. I think so. Basic outline. Yeah, basic outline material. Can I change the size of our outline? Perhaps I could, but I don't really mind. Okay, main text. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played with this so much, but this is pretty cool, right? This is a nice little, and I think I paid like $5 for it on the Unity Asset Store, and I kind of like it, right? You could do quite a few things with this. Okay, so we have the one for the totem, so just a bigger damage number, basically. Oh, sorry about that. Should have muted myself, probably. Yo. Okay, anyway. So we have one for the totem now. It looks a bit different, right? So it's going to be distinct during the game. No idea what these different meshes do. But I guess I don't have to fiddle with any of this. All of this is done here. Okay, cool. So what I could do now is I could go back to my scene. Let's go to the totem. And let's actually give it this new damage number. So it'll now do that damage number instead. Okay, it's got health, spawn point, all that good stuff. And it should play sound effects now. Let's have a go. Where is this happening now? Wait. How did I get an error now for serialized object not creatable exception object at index 0 is null? Is this my damage number that's broken? Okay. Okay, let's clear that. Let's try again. Maybe I didn't set this up correctly. Maybe I should have selected all those. Nope, that's not the problem. Okay, let's see. Well, I can continue playing. It must be the damage number thing. Whoa. Okay. Hit those. Yeah. Okay, it was working, but now obviously I destroyed it. Okay, let's... Okay, so it's a very soft sound. I want it to be way louder, for starters. I'm guessing the problem is in the totem. No, not that. Like here. Let's see if we re-enter this damage number. Okay, so, but that's the one thing I wanted to do. Then I wanted to increase the volume. Okay, now you can go away. Play totem hit sound. Yeah, that's fine. So the volume would be in sound manager for this. 0.4, let's make it 0.7. See if that sounds a little bit better. Also, I don't think actually I can target the totem, can I? Maybe I can. Okay, so we can test this. Let's, for now, so if we go to this the enemy spawn point. Let's make this like 500. So basically, no enemies will spawn for the first 500 seconds. Right, and I do that because they're annoying me. I don't want the enemies to spawn at the moment. Okay, it looks like this is still a problem. mtext prop. Serialize object, find property mtext. I have no idea where this is even. This is like somewhere in the back. Let's see if I do this. Let's ask this thing. Yeah, okay. I have no idea. I'm assuming it's got something to do with the damage numbers. But I don't know. Let's just play again. We'll see if it... Yeah, no. Okay, we just have this guy, which is our first little lizard. But I'm ignoring that one. I want to go hit the totem. Oh, I thought I made this thing hittable. But I didn't. Okay, so there's another problem. So if there's no lizard... Yeah, so currently I think I was just damaging it because there was lizards in the way. And obviously I do damage to a lot of things in my area when I swing the sword. Okay, so maybe we should change that one quickly as well. Let's see. So the knight... Okay, so the knight has its own character or attack trigger. Can't remember where that was. Knight attack trigger. Okay, so let's see. I think I just had to add this to the mask. Okay, we're already doing this to get the damage working. So hits enemy in attack zones and it does apply the damage, right? So that works. We just need the trigger. Yeah, we need to trigger to check that as well. So so I separated these. Over here. To be the enemy and the enemy building colliders separately. Now, Yeah. I could do two things. Do I want to duplicate this? Oh, that seems bad. So, what would be better is if I just make this part of the same mask, right? So I just extend the enemy layer to include enemy buildings, right? Well, this mask, right? Because this is just a layer mask right now. So I could add the enemy building layer to this layer mask of just enemy layer. The question is, how's it going to function here? So basically what it's going to do is with this one, it'll check for both enemy buildings and enemies. And it will try to do the apply hit. But it won't be able to do that. But there's a way of checking this. Let's see how to check if function in object Unity. So there's a way. Yeah, so I think it's something like this where you just do well, okay, so wait, we first need to do okay. So we need to check if a game object has a component instead. So this would return null, I guess, if it doesn't exist, right? So maybe we do something like oh yeah, we do an enemy take damage of enemy take damage components, and we set that equal to just this part. Right, that should work. And then we say if enemy take damage component. Okay, so I need to do a few things here. If this thing is not equal to null, then whoops. Okay, then what we can do is take this. We do enemy take damage component. Okay, so basically what we're doing is we're checking for every collider. We say try this. So do enemy take damage component is equal to that. If you found one, so if it's not null, then apply the hit. And then what we can also do is, okay, this is part of that if statement, right? Ooh. Okay, let me just mute my mic when I want to cough. Okay. Take a sip of water. Maybe feel better, a bit better. Ooh, okay. Now what we can do is we can also do another one. We can do an enemy building take damage. Right, and we just can call it enemy building take damage component. And we say this is enemy collider dot get component called this would basically be this one, right? That's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so we get the component, then we say if this is okay, enemy take damage component not equal to null, we can do enemy take damage component dot okay, and it will just be all the stuff. Okay, basically. So our enemy colliders, we should change the mark now. Yeah, my throat's so scratchy. Let me get one of these little throat sweets going here. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get the components for the enemy and the enemy buildings, right? And if I succeed, I apply the hit. Okay, so none of this should be necessary anymore. And in fact, not even this is necessary. So what I could do is I could do enemy layer. No, enemy layer. And I could say, let's add, so that would be the pipe operator. Layer mask dot I think it's still get mask, right? We just add enemy building. Right, I did this for something. What did I do this for? I did this yesterday. I remember doing it yesterday. Which script was I working with? Player movement, perhaps? Yeah. Yes, enemy building should have been a non-walkable layer. Okay, so now enemy building is added to my enemy layer in this, which means this could now work with hitting the enemy. It'll just check. And I could also, over here, it should already be able to detect, because now this includes, so this check sphere includes both enemies and enemy layers automatically. And that should now work. Let me just see something here. So this camp, it's got what it needs, and the other camp maybe this is my problem. Bounce up, fall, I don't know, basic lerp. Okay, that's fine, and that's fine. Maybe this is the issue. I was fiddling with this, and it broke. I don't know. Okay, but I changed the main stuff. I hope that fixes it. So let's just clear this. And let's try again. I just get it twice. Okay. Okay, but let's go test this. Ah, that's good. You can definitely hear it, and it's destroyed now. And the damage numbers work, etc., etc. Even though I managed to break my prefabs. I think that's what I did, right? That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I have no idea what I did. It says it's a text problem, so maybe when I fiddled with this I did something bad. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do some debugging, because this is going to bother me a lot. It's not just one of those warnings that you can ignore. Okay, let's do this. Let's copy everything. Let's see. Restarted Unity fixed this guy's issue. I don't know. Okay, well, I mean, that's the simplest one, right? So let's try that one. Let's just make sure everything is saved. Okay, let's apply then. Okay, before we do that, let's go here and let's apply our new damage number to this thing. Okay. Then we save. And we close Unity. Do we close this as well? I don't think we need to close Unity Hub. Let's close this one as well. Okay, let's reopen the project. I think this is fine because it is kind of restarting Unity, right? Okay, let's press play. It fixed my problem. Wow. I'm so happy. Okay. Thank goodness it is just a random Unity thing. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, let's go see. I just want to see. Oh, this thing is not in the right place. Okay. Let's go hit this thing again. Ah, look at that. I like that. Okay, so it is using the new bigger text when I hit that. It's playing the sound. Now I just have to get it to explode into a pile of timber or something like that, right? Okay, so we can do. Let's open our C# project again. Okay, you can. Not now, please, Visual Studio. Close this. Ooh, some coffee still. Okay, now what we need to do is let's add the sound effect first, right? That's the easiest part. Play totem hit sound. So we'll call this one play totem destroy sound. Okay, and we don't use wood hit sounds for this one. We would use wood falling sounds, I guess. So let's do that. Wood falling sounds. And I think that's most of what I need to do now. I just need to call this function when it gets destroyed. Okay, so unfortunately this is all still in one flippin'. This is just the taking damage script, and now it's somewhat just the general manager. Okay, but we set that building is destroyed true, and we can do sound manager dot instance dot play totem destroy sounds at the point. And that's it. Now we should hear a nice destroy sound when we start. Whoopsie. I never stopped this. Okay. My bad. Yeah, so I was editing stuff and obviously I never stopped this, so it broke. Let's just go again. Yeah, I need to stop. I need to fix this. Okay. It hit. Cool. It played the sound, right? Ah, what am I doing? So let's just stop that and let's go back to this. Now I do think we can make this louder. Or maybe this is the type of sound that we don't play at the point where we destroy it. We play it on the player itself because it's it should be a relatively you should always be able to hear it even if you destroy it from far away. Now this is not going to be the case for the knight, but the ranger might destroy this from far away, and then that sound is too soft. So what I think I should do is I should do, instead of just transform, I should do player player-manager.instance.transform, for instance, right? So we play that wherever the player manager is, because that's an instance. And that would mean we play it on top of the player. Now, this could have the problem with it now being too loud, because it's very close proximity. So let's just change that volume first. And then we can listen to it and just see if this works fine. Okay. I also should maybe move the player a bit. Okay, let's just drag the player over to here so it's a bit closer to the totem, because I don't want to run every time. Okay, let's see. That's it. That's a nice volume. And the idea is now it'll keep that volume level no matter how far away I am. Right, so if I'm the ranger and I'm shooting at it and I destroyed it, it'll still it'll work the same way. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so now I want to try making this thing destroy itself. Okay, so this is going to be complicated. So I could either do a few things, right? The easiest would just be to make it disappear and make a little pile of rubble appear. Right, that's definitely the easiest way of doing this. The more satisfying way would have to be adding animations and stuff like that. But even when you add animations and stuff, I'm still gonna effectively have to add the rubble, at least, right? So, because afterwards there will be something left. So let's just do that for now. Let's add the rubble, which means we're gonna have to go into our visual assets again and go off Access Studios, Polyworks, Prefabs, Atlas, and we're gonna have to look for rubble. Oh, by the way, yesterday I was struggling to find my input manager. Here it is. I found it. Okay. Let's just drag this one over here for now. Like that. So that we can do this. I can go through these a little bit faster. Okay, so let's start with the tribal one. Just because maybe there's something here already. Well, I'm thinking. So that's number 1, that's number 2. What's the difference? Okay. Slight difference. Okay. So this might be one of those instances where I'll have to take this mesh probably and go cut it up in Blender or something. Some bot spamming stuff. Ban. Go away, bot. Okay. So maybe I should go cut it up in Blender or something, and then have the mesh, the cut up pieces of mesh spawn in instead. That might be the way to go here. Okay, but that's not my job. So for me, let's check if we just have some other things that we can use for debris for now. There shouldn't be anything there right now, no. props general. We have some planks. This is the prototype stuff. No, there's nothing really here. Rocks. Yeah, I don't think rocks is what I need. Ruins, perhaps? Nah, these are like stone ruins. I need like a pile of wooden scraps. No, I might have to go and make this. I might have to go and requisition a scrap pile. Okay, but I do have timber props at least. Okay, let's just quickly go from the top here and see if there's anything useful. Cave layer. English. Okay. Dark fantasy, perhaps it has something that looks interesting. Not really. Druido, no. Dungeon? Oh, I need this. Campfire, yeah. I need the campfire stones. Okay. Getting sidetracked now. But the campfire stones need to go into this thing right away. So let's do that. Where's the campfire stones now? Oh my greatness. It was so easy to see when I had... Campfire. That's pretty annoying. Here we have nice cobblestones as well. That might be better than the ones I'm using currently. Yep, I think that is better. I saw it relatively soon. Okay, let's just make it big again. We can do... Now what I can do is this. So just look at it like that. Then when I see it... Here we go. I can just drag it in there. So now we have the campfire. What is this? Wooden camp. It kind of looks like a rubble pile. Okay, but let's insert that as well. We can duplicate it if we want more. Okay, I didn't really... Rubble. Stone rubble. Let's put that in. It could look like something, I don't know. Also, this cobblestone I kind of like the cobblestone. Let's put the cobblestone in. I'll work with that now for a little bit. Okay, and a wood plank. Okay, now we can put this window back where it belongs. And let's see, what did I drag in here now? Okay, so our stone campfire that needs to move over, and we don't want it to snap to grid. Let's move it in there roughly, and let's make it a little bit larger so it actually works for this pot. Yeah, something like that. There we go. Now I got that. Do I need this still? I don't think so. Let's put it back. Okay, then we have this cobblestone here. Hello? Okay, cobblestone. Man, it does look a bit better, huh? Yeah, maybe I have to use that. Okay, what do we have? Whoops. Okay, what do we have here? Still lying around a plank. Just drag that over here. And then we have the rubble. Let's drag that over there as well. Oh, and this is our little firewood pile, I guess. Okay, so it's too small to be a good firewood pile. So let's just enlarge it. Let's take it off the grid. Move it about a little bit. Make it a bit smaller again. Something like this, I guess. We can move the pot a little bit higher. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, this is better, right? Okay, let's take out all these tiles. Okay, and then we can take this one, move it into floor. Okay, we put on the grid, and then we duplicate it a couple of times. Let's move it over. Okay, no, I don't really like what the grid is doing with this. Placing all our cobblestones. Okay, let's just leave it like that. Okay, now when we have this thing being destroyed, should probably just switch off the mesh renderer, right? Just make it invisible, not deactivate everything. But let's make a new, so these two, we can do this, and we can say grep empty parent, and we can make this totem rubble. Okay, so let's just hide this. We move this stuff closer. Okay, so this is the rubble pile that we want to have spawn when the totem is destroyed. Okay, it's like a bunch of rocks and then planks. We need these planks now. Need a few of them maybe. Okay, and I'll do some random orientation stuff now. Okay, let's see. So this guy, let's rotate it like that. This one like that. This one like this. Yeah, just something like that, I think is fine. Okay, we don't need to rotate them funny like that. I don't think that's necessary. Let's see if we can move that one over. Okay, so basically the totem rubble, there we go, that's the totem rubble. So the totem pole looks like that normally. It's not the right color, and I'm gonna try and slice this thing up and have it be its own rubble, right? That would be ideal. But for now, I'm gonna say this is good enough. We can work with that. Okay. Okay, so we now just need to make this despawn and this spawn effectively. So hide the totem and have this stuff appear. Okay, I'll do that right now. Live for an hour and a half, roughly. So I'm just going to take a quick break, and then I'll be right back. Right back. Don't worry. Let's see, how do I do this? Be right back. We do that, and I just mute my mic, and I make myself disappear. So, myself disappear, and mic muted. Like. Hello, I'm back. Okay, let's switch this on and this off. It looks about right. Okay, take a sip of the coffee. Okay, let's go. So we have this little bit of debris spawning after the totem is destroyed. Doesn't look great, right? But, well, we don't have it spawning, we just stuck it in there. So let's see if we can't make it look better. So the totem itself, I don't want to deactivate the totem necessarily, because that might break something. So what I can do, and this is getting a bit stupid now because I'm just adding more and more prefabs here. Well, not prefabs, but more and more functionality to a script that realistically shouldn't have all this functionality, right? It's not a super complicated script, so I don't really mind. It doesn't do much, but still it's a bit weird by now. Okay, so here we can do, let's just call it a game object, and this is going to be our rubble pile or whatever. Yeah, so game object rubble pile, and we can do two things. We can do, when we start, we can make it deactivate itself. We don't have to necessarily. So when this thing gets destroyed, we can say rubble pile.set active true, right? And then we might do the set active false thing as well, because the reason is, right, if you go here, and while you're working on this, and I want to do totem rubble and just untick it here, now I can't see it, and I have to click here again, and I have to click this again. So I could do it like that for making it default, not visible, but that's annoying. Right? So let's see, rubble pile, drag it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do rubble pile.set active false at start. Right, so now it will be hidden or unactive, deactivated, whatever you want to call it, when we start. And yeah. Then I might do serialized field mesh renderer and call this just the mesh renderer. Okay, and then when this is destroyed, I do mesh renderer.set active, no, dot is visible false. I don't know if that's the thing. Okay, I can't set it like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so mesh renderer. Just basically want to do that, right? How do I toggle that? Through code. So let's see. Mesh renderer dot Okay, let's go ask Google. Okay. Unity mesh renderer. Docs. We actually want the scripting API. And of course, it just forgets. Okay, let's see what we can do with this thing. Okay, so properties game object. So that just gives you the object it's attached to. And that's not going to help me. Tag transform enable. Really? Just dot enable. False. Okay. Why did I not see this property when I was scrolling through it? Well, just blind, I guess. Okay. So let's go and hit a totem. Let's see this thing get destroyed. Spawning in. Okay, so we'll take the knight because I don't think the other guy works yet. Okay. So knight goes. We hit it. Oh, I didn't assign the mesh renderer. Of course I didn't. Let's try this again. Somehow it seems like I dragged in the wrong thing there. I mean, it's not incredible, right? But it works. So now we have a visual indication that we've destroyed that totem, and we can run over to the other one, and it should work exactly the same. Hopefully. Let's actually see what this one looks like when it's on the ground. Like, where is this? Okay. The cobblestone doesn't look that bad. Die. Okay, there we go. We've destroyed both totems. We have achieved the victory condition. Okay, now I do want to have a little bit of an animation or something like that going on here for this thing to fall down or something like that, right? So I'm not quite sure. I think the way would be to take this mesh and cut it up into pieces. I know there's tools that do this in Unity. I'll have to go do some research about that. I don't really know the tools. Or I'll just make another thing, prefab or something. That's made out of a couple of these parts, and then as soon as you destroy it, they fall over and they go lie on the ground, for instance. Okay, yeah, that might be the way to go. I mean, it's nice that you can get all these tools and things on, in Unity's store and everything, but I don't want to rely on them too much. I wish those planks were like that color instead. But anyway, I'll maybe fix that as well with the materials. Maybe, let's see. So what happens if I select something else here? Actually, what material is this made out of, for instance? Yeah, it's the same thing, right? Yeah, it's the same thing. So it's not a material problem. It's a... It's more complicated than that, right? It's the actual mesh or something, the prefabs are made out of. So if we open this, yeah, I'm not even sure how this works, to be honest with you. I just know this is like some Atlas texture, right? It looks something like this, and obviously, so one of these points define your color effectively, and I'm not even sure how you would edit that or anything like this. So you know what? Let's just leave it. There are ways around this, but for now, I'll just leave it for now. Okay. Okay. Now the only other thing I still need to really do is I want the archer, because if you play this now and you get the ranger to try and destroy this thing, it just kind of fails. Yeah, so it's the ranger is just kind of getting ready to shoot, but it doesn't shoot because yeah, I think the arrows do get stuck in this. Maybe not. Okay, but we want damage to be applied with the arrow. Okay, so let's see. This should just be the arrow damage script, I think. No, so we have the arrow projectile damage. So let's see. Again, we have this layer mask. It checks for enemies. Okay, so we should change this. Okay, this is our physics layer that flies through the air. So I think one of the things I need to do here is I need to do enemy layer pipe equals layer mask dot get mask, and this would be enemy building. Right, so we've done this a couple of times, so now that includes the enemy building. So if we go check the night attack script. Okay. Okay, once we do that, then now we basically have to do something like this. I need to get the different components, check if they're not null. Yeah. So right here I do enemy colliders, whichever is the first one, and I apply the hit, which is roughly correct, I guess. So what we need to do now, enemy take damage and enemy building take damage, and that would be basically the 0th element of enemy colliders, right? So we just do that, and we do that. Yeah, and this one does the apply hit one. Yeah, that's it. This works. Okay. So we do still check. So if enemy colliders.length is greater than 0. So we do check if something is overlapping before we continue with this. Then we just take the first element and we apply the damage to it. Okay. Then, when it hits a collider, so when the collider hits something, we don't have to apply the damage actually. We just make it stop, right? I think so. Just make it stop when it hits something. So when it hits something, on collision enter, stop. Oh, wait a minute, we don't even have a collision for the arrow projectile damage thing anymore, right? Yeah, this thing doesn't have a collision. Only this one has collision. Let's just go to it. Yeah, so it's the tip of the arrow that can collide or something. And in the projectile movement script, we already do the stop arrow when it collides. So actually, in the projectile damage script, all of this is no longer relevant. Okay. Okay, so this should work. So now it should work whether or not it is hitting any one of the two. Okay, so this is just the arrow projectile damage. Okay, so now we just need to check the trigger. The trigger for this is not on the arrow itself, that would be on the ranger character. So let's just go to the ranger. Ranger character manager. Attack trigger zone, yes, that's right. Okay. So let's see. So the attack trigger zone, it again looks for the enemy layer. And I think in this case, we actually literally just have to add again this layer. Or yeah, we just add a layer to this layer mask. So we pipe it to get mask, and we call this enemy building. Okay, here we go. Enemy building. So now it's added, so this thing will trigger now for enemy buildings as well. That's good. And it should take damage and all that good stuff. Okay, let's have a go. Let's get the ranger to do some work here. Okay, ranger, let's go. Okay. Oh, it's also doing that thing. Okay, we should stop the arrow if it hits a solid object like that, right? So let's see. So this would be in the arrow itself. So the trigger and stuff like that works nicely. Okay, so we have the damage zone. Yeah, I want it to get stuck, but I don't want it to apply damage multiple times with each arrow. So maybe if we do a damage on a building, right? So let's see. So if we hit a building, we could do a few things. We could say, we can make a boolean, right? And we can say something like can, because is it this thing that's applying that? I think it is. Yeah. So we would make a private boolean, and we say can damage building. And at the start, when we start, we say can damage building equals true. Okay, that's not so bad. And then over here, we basically say that if this is not null and we can damage building, we apply the hit, and then we do can damage building equals false, right? So if that arrow is still existing in the world, it'll know that, you can't actually damage this thing multiple times. Okay, so that's fine. And now the other problem was that it kind of penetrates through the building, which I don't understand completely, because the arrow projectile movement, when it enters some kind of a collision, we do stop arrow. Right? We make is flying false. We make it kinematic. We add it to the... Okay, yeah, that's fine. Get component. We disable the collider. We disable the particle effects. Okay, let's just try again and see. What is happening here? Okay, so it's definitely hitting. And it's penetrating. That one didn't penetrate. That one did penetrate. Okay, I don't want them to penetrate, but for some reason it's penetrating. Okay, and what other way can I make this thing? I don't know why this is not happening. Let's just do something here. Let's do a debug .log, and I just want to know collision. Just tell me what the collision is. Collision dot game object. Just tell me, what are you colliding with? Okay. So that's one thing. And also here, let's just go to the arrow projectile and look at the collider. So it's excluding players and enemies. That's fine. That's fine, because I don't want it to get stuck in enemies, right? But the enemy building is its own thing, so it should get stuck in those. Right? Okay. It should actually... Okay, it's not going to shoot at that. Prop paving cobblestone. hitting tents and other things. Cobblestone here at the back somehow. That's my wheel mouse thing. That's so weird. Okay, it's on the enemy building layer, which is not a problem. So got a collider and all that good stuff. What the hell is happening here with this arrow? So this thing is triggering it, but it's just flying through it. Yeah, and it's not triggering the stop thing at all. It's stopping with like random other stuff here. Maybe I need to include layers, otherwise just the default layer that gets included. I mean, that's not impossible. Let's see. Arrow, projectile, and include layers. Everything, maybe. Okay. Except for enemies and players, let's say. Maybe that's it. It was just doing default layer stuff. Okay, let's see. Oh, that thing. The first one hit the totem. No, we're just penetrating through the totem again. Like two of them. It's not very reliable, is it? I don't know why. Unless we just let the damage, because the damage is applying very well. Okay, so let's just let the damage do the stopping then. So we do arrow, projectile movement dot stop arrow. I mean stop arrow, and it wants something from me. What is a collision? Let's put that in. Let's see what it says. Enemy take damage. Dot collision. No. Hit component of type collider. Does that work for you? That's annoying. So since this, okay. Okay, so this thing, what is a collision? I don't understand what a collision is. It describes a collision. Okay, but in this case, I'm not able to describe the collision. Why is it just not doing the collision though? Maybe it's... okay. So it might be something like... okay, it might... I think I know. So there's... if you go into your... okay, let's just do this. Arrow projectile. Collision detection is discrete. I know if you make it continuous, it uses more... so discrete, basically every set amount of distance, it asks itself, look, did I detect anything? And then it's yes or no. And because my collision area is small, it might easily miss it because that jump is too high. So if I set it to continuous, it takes more resources, but I think that'll make the collision detect... it'll make the collision detection more accurate, I would say. So theoretically... okay, terrain, planter box. Terrain. Cobblestone, all kinds of nonsense, but not... so annoying. Come on. We included... okay, nothing. Everything. Nothing. Over here, enemy. Yeah, but that's not an enemy. Okay, let's set that to nothing continuous. Okay, maybe let's go to these. Okay, maybe we set this continuous as well. So this guy. It also has a rigid body, doesn't it? Not quite. Yeah, it doesn't have a rigid body. It's just a thing that to collide with, man. Why is this so difficult? Should we make this a capsule collider? Okay, but I changed that one setting. Let's just see if that changes the behavior. Oi. Okay, if I just shoot... okay, it's also just going through the tent. I mean, it works, right? I can destroy it. The arrow doesn't want to collide with it. That makes no sense, man. Well, the arrow is not actually colliding with a lot of things. I didn't include anything specific. I don't know. I don't know. I'm open for suggestions. Okay, and I also can't, unless I change this, let's see. So in the arrow movement, okay, so what I do here, I put the collision in there, and then over here I ask for the transform. So what if I just do this instead? Collision.transform, and then here I don't have a I have a transform, right? And then I don't have to do that. I could just straight up use the collision because it is a transform, right? And yeah, I could do the game object still fine. And yeah, okay. So this should just work now. And now it wants a transform instead. So what that means is I could, in the attack, I could call this and just give it the let's see, what can I give it? This thing? Yeah, so this gets the component, but let's just do enemy colliders. Dot transform. Nah, what did I just do? Okay, so I just get the collider and I take its transform. Then I can stop the error this way. Okay, and I only do this with the building, so technically it should now stick to the building because this works every time. The other collision doesn't. Okay, so let's go. It's a bit of a workaround. I don't completely understand yet what was happening with the other one, but you know. There we go. They're all stuck in there. Where did you come from, guy? There we go. That's destroyed. Now, obviously, all the arrows. Let's just see. We go to scene. And we have enemy camp, the first one. So this totem will now have all the arrow projectile children. Right. Okay, so I switch off the mesh renderer for this one. And these ones. I guess I should make them despawn after a while. I think that's the right thing to do, to be honest. So I can stop them now, and then I can just make them despawn. I think so. Yeah, so let's just stop this because that thing is not doing its thing. Okay, arrow projectile. So we do this in the movement, I think. Not damage, but movement instead. So when we stop it, we also say, okay, we disable the particle effect. That's fine. And then we can do a start timer for despawn. Okay, and then we can do this as a private bull can despawn. Okay, and effectively also want a private float despawn time, and let's just make this like 2 seconds. Okay, and then during update we can just say if can despawn, we have despawn time minus equal time dot time delta, and then if despawn time is less than 0, we just go game object. Hello. Game object dot destroy game object, right? This is the right one. I don't just want it to be inactive. I want it to go away. Okay. So, and it can despawn once it has hit something. Okay, so here we can say can despawn equals true. Okay, so can despawn becomes true once it's hit something, but we give it a little bit of time. Okay, and then during spawn, can despawn, we can just set this to false. Yeah, something like this. So the arrows should destroy themselves eventually. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Okay, Ranger, let's go. Yeah, okay. So they did destroy themselves and disappeared. Okay, good. Okay, so I guess what I could do now is let's go back here to the enemy spawn point. Let's make them spawn 0.2 seconds, right? Spawn rate. Let's play. Let's see all of this happening live now. Okay, let's take this guy. Oh wait, I just do. Okay, so there's quite a lot of these guys flying out at me. Jeez, like it. Okay, but I can still get some shots in here. Come on! Break! Okay. Oops. I clicked outside of the screen. Good morning, Yumu. How are you doing? Ah, you're not, it's not morning for you, but still. Good morning either way. Okay, so this is working fine. I'm just curious why the other camp is not spawning anything right now. Did I incorrectly set the spawn time? Yeah, this one's not working. Can still destroy this though. Let's see. Hit, hit, hit. Oh jeez. I just... Oh, there we go. Destroyed that totem, which means no more little lizards can spawn. Good. Okay. So obviously I did something wrong here. I changed. I see what I did. Whoopsie. Yeah, I changed one of the two camps. I didn't change the prefab itself. So let's change the prefab itself. Yeah, I basically overwrit. I did an override there. Whoops, my bad. Okay, let's see. Spawn point, jeez. Okay, so they're both. This one is revert any overrides. That should mean that this is now, yeah. Okay, cool. Nice. So we can now destroy these goblin camps with either the ranger or the chicken. Let's just check the chicken again, because I haven't tasted this one in a while. There we go. That feels good. Works nicely. Okay, let's go check the other one, because now... Oh, no, they're coming. They're coming. Here they are. Can hit them. So that's still fine. They can hit me. And I can destroy this. It's destroyed. Nice sound effect plays. The rubble spawns in. And that's it. So now I just need a nicer type of animation for this rubble eventually. But that'll come a bit later because I need assets. Cool. How's the stream looking, Yumi? Because I've been getting a lot of warnings from Twitch. It says that my internet is unstable, my internet connection. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's fine. Okay. So we added not quite visual effects for the destroying of the totem, but we did add sound effects, and we did make it. We did add a destroyed visual in some way. Right. I think I'm gonna keep this one. Well, we still want to improve the rubble spawn. Rubble spawn. Or totem, and add some other effects. Okay, but I'll go think about that a bit. Okay, so I think the next thing then finally, after 2.5 hours of fiddling with that, is to maybe start looking at the new character. Okay, I'll do that right now. But first, nature calls. So I'm just gonna do this thing quick. Get rid of my video again. Put this on, and I'll be back in like 2 minutes max. See you now. Okay, I'm back. just get this up here. Bit of buffering, you say? Yeah, it could very well be on my end. I mean, it's not impossible, right? It's weird because YouTube's like, excellent connection, well done, because I'm streaming both on YouTube and Twitch. So YouTube thinks I'm doing amazingly. But Twitch is a bit funny. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. It's difficult for me to check. I just get an indication here. It says unstable connection, but I don't know what that means. I also don't have like a second computer or something that I could quickly just load the stream up on. I have a laptop here somewhere. I could do that. It's not impossible, but you know, it's a bit of a thing. Okay. Everything's good. I'm seeing myself. Nice. Okay, so what did I say we're gonna do? We're gonna start designing or working on a new... We could do the wizard character. But you know what? I've been fighting this little lizard for so long now. I think I want a new enemy, right? I recently added the ranger, so I still feel good about my characters. I need to add a different enemy, some kind of a ranged enemy. So let's just see what I said here. Use basic model for animations. So what that basically means is there's a model that comes with the animation pack that I bought. So instead of using some other model now, I'm just going to use that one until my wife gets around to making me a new ranged enemy character, model. But we don't even know what this enemy is going to look like yet, so we'll see. Okay, we'll have to go and look at all the animations, create a new animator, create controllers, managers, and I just said here I would like it to be like a dynamite throwing enemy, because this is something that I did in my previous game and it worked quite nicely. It was quite cool actually. But it might be too difficult, so I might go with something a bit easier. But I'm not giving up yet. I'm going to try with the dynamite thing. Might be too much, but I think it's good. I think it's kind of cool. Okay. So let's see. Now, here's the thing. I wonder how we could do this. Unity store. I don't know. Unity asset store. Okay, so I just wanna, cookies, whatever. I wanna show you the assets that I have. It's like warrior, animations, something. I think if I just search that, I should get the right one. So here's the knight, actually. This is the one that I'm using for the knight. This is the one I'm using for the little lizards right now. So the spearmen. Here's the ranger one that I'm using. So let's just click on one of these. And it should take us to something. And there's a way of previewing these. I can't remember how. How does this work again? A WebGL demo. I think that might be it, right? Let's see. Okay, now here we go. We can do these demos. Yeah, so I have all these bundles effectively. These 3 bundles, I think, is the ones I have. But they are down here anyway. So our next enemy needs to be somebody that throws things. Now, if we look at the ones that are available to us, if we want to just use these animations because it's simpler, we have the Ninja Warrior. I don't think it throws anything, but let's see. Maybe it like throws a, like a throwing star or kunai or something, and I could kind of work with that, right? I can make it look like it's a dynamite stick instead. I just need a throwing animation. Swordsman warrior, I don't think they throw anything two-handed. I think the two-handed warrior actually. The warrior. Well, the two-handed warrior is actually. It throws its sword, but that might be too much, right? What are you saying? Yeah, I think the chat is super delayed. You're saying it looks like the arrow's collision circle is hitting the model, but the arrow model itself isn't. You would think that it would just freeze it in midair. Yeah, something like that is happening. And I did try. Something like that is happening, right? It's like the actual collider for the arrow ignores certain things, even though I changed it in a couple of ways. But the physics, the checks, not the check sphere, the check capsule that I'm doing with the physics operation, that one doesn't ignore anything. It seems to be hitting everything. So I have a workaround now, and it seems to be fine. So basically, the projectile damage is checking first, did it hit a building specifically? And if it did, it would stop the arrow, right? Because this works every time. This overlap capsule check. It doesn't break. The one that is breaking is this guy over here. This on collision enter for some reason. And this I should be able to just change in the... I should be able to influence what it collides with in the editor. And I tried that, but it seems to be ignoring me. So, you know, I gave the damage script the responsibility to apply the collision as well. Right, I don't know. The best I could do right now. Maybe I can think of some other solution, but for now that's not... It works, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, so the ninja could work. I think the brute warrior also throws stuff. It throws like rocks or something. Karate warrior? Maybe it throws something, I don't know. The mage... I don't think it throws anything, to be honest with you. Is this all of the ones that I have? Let's see. Okay. Is it just gonna bring me back to this? Yeah. I see. I see. Okay, so the ninja warrior has a bunch of attacks. Dash, fall, idle, etc. Huh? Why is this thing fighting me so much? Okay, well, here I have controller for this guy. Let's see. Special attack. It's interesting. Oh, look at that, a spin attack. Might borrow that. It calls these range attacks, but I don't see how that is a range attack. Okay, never mind. Ninja warrior, cheers. Now the brute, I'm pretty sure it's got what I'm looking for. I'll take a sip of water. Let's see. Okay. It's obviously a bit of a chunky model. Doesn't quite run, does it? Special attack 1. Oh, jeez. That could work, right? I could use that as a... Call it a grenade? Piece of dynamite or grenade or something. I don't know. It's supposed to be like a massive rock, but I could scale this guy down and have him throw a small little explosive. I think so. These animation packs are quite nice. I mean, there's so many things that you get in here that I don't even use because I don't need all this necessarily. Maybe one day, but yeah. Okay, cool. So let's okay, let's just look at the Karate Warrior. Let's look at the demo and the Mage Warrior, just in case there's something nice there. Okay, Karate Warrior. Wow, this guy has a bunch of attacks. It's just different punches, I guess. Kicks. Okay. Let's see the special attacks. Interesting. He's doing some Naruto moves here. Making his hand signs. Okay, those are just range attacks. Okay. Hey, that looks familiar. Who do we know that has an attack animation that looks like that? Okay. So that's fine, but it's not quite throwing anything. Let's look at the mage. Just see maybe it has something interesting. Okay, these are not great. Okay, special attack. Some cost. Some lightning thing. Some spin thing. Okay, that's like a cone of fire or fireball or something like that. It doesn't really work. It'll work for other things. Like I could definitely see myself using this for the my owl. That should be a mage, right? But I think the brute has what I need. It's got a nice animation. Oh, revive this guy. It's got a nice ranged animation. It doesn't have a lot of animations, but that is good enough for me to get it to throw a bomb. Okay, cool. So we'll need the brute. Let's go check in Unity in my packages here, or in my. Do I have the brute warrior mechanism? I do. I actually do have all the animations for the brute warrior. Okay, that's good. So this one, should I just use all the brute stuff? I mean, I could. Let's go look at the prefab for the brute. Could actually have just done this from the start, but I thought it would be easier to do it on the website. Okay, so let's go animation. Hello. Brute, where are your animations? Okay, we want... Yes, there's a lot of animations here. Let's just see what the walking looks like. Okay. Run instead then. Okay, that's fine. We can make it run. And so we'll use the run and the ranged attack animation, I think. Okay, we'll just spawn in a bomb every time he does that thing. What does the idle look like? Okay, I mean, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so this is the character. The rig is just uniform, etc. And all this stuff. Okay. So let's go to our enemies. Okay, prefabs. This is not our stuff. Enemies, base enemy. So I want to do this, and I want to say create new prefab variant, and this will be my ranged enemy. Wonder if I should commit to the bomb thing. I kind of want to make it throw a bomb. Not just a rock, for instance. Okay, let's just call it ranged enemy. You know what? Let's call it the ranged. No. Rename. I should be able to rename this. Ranged bomber enemy. Okay, let's open it up. Okay, so there's exactly nothing going on in there right now. So we want to go to our brute. So I'm just going to borrow the brute model for now. So in character, that should be right here. So we just drag it into this. Okay, so now we have our bomber. Let's just see any of this scales correctly. Doesn't look good, I guess, right now. Maybe the brute's just too big. Yeah, it's probably too big. Let's make it smaller. Let's make it like half the size. That's quite tiny. 0.7. Okay. I have no idea what this thing looks like in relation to anything else. Now, avatar, it's just a brute. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, so I just need to add a new controller because I need. Okie dokie. Let's see how the hell. This is quite a lot of work now. All of a sudden again. So the simple melee enemy has its own animator, attack, movement, and then I have the simple melee enemy animator events thing going on. So I need to basically duplicate all of those. But for now, let's start with animations. Animations. Okay, there's a simple melee enemy animation. So we need to. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Create folder, and we call this the ranged bomber enemy. Okay, what's the kind of things? So I need to get all the animations that I want, and then I need to create a controller for them. Okay, so ranged bomber enemy. Okay, let's go here to animations. Okay, so the obvious ones would be death, yeah, run, ranged attack, idle perhaps. Okay, I think that's the only ones I really need right now. So let's copy those and go paste them in here. Now, what I should do is I should take this animation and just pull it out. Or duplicate it out. Because that way I can edit them. So we just duplicate all these out of these FBXs, and then actually I could just delete these again. No, get rid of them. We duplicated the ones where we need them. Okay, good. Now we can just create new animator controller. Okay, I just need to see, what did I name this? Simple melee enemy animator controller. Okay, so rename. This would be ranged. Let me controller. I think ranged bomber enemy animator controller. Did I keep my naming conventions correct? Yes, I did. Okay, there we go. Now let's open the simple the other one. So it's quite a simple controller. Doing some math. Wow. It feels like you sent those messages like 20 minutes ago. So things are massively delayed on the stream for some reason. I have no idea why. Internet is chugging. Ah, that's unfortunate. So we can't really chat live, right? We chat. I'm like replying to these things 20 minutes later. Because I think I know for sure. Like, when did I tell you? When did I say morning? That was like half an hour ago. Or like an hour ago. Ah, well. Such is life. I have no idea why the internet's bad though, so. Okay, but let's see. So the base layer, we only have a base layer, so that makes it simple, and I put everything in here and I just connect them somehow. So that's not so bad. The range character or the bomber enemy would actually be simpler in that case, because we just need one ranged attack. Now you see, I shouldn't do that. I should just draw in the idle first. And then we can do death, ranged attack, and run. Right, and these are now obviously different. Now we should also have our parameters here. So it's currently enemy empty. I like to use other things for reference, so idle, attacking, running, and dead. Okay, so those are the parameters that I need. Is idle, is attacking, is running, and is dead. Couldn't I just copy this? Maybe I should have done that and just renamed it. But anyway, I'm now making it from scratch. Okay, so we have a bull. We call it is idle. We add another ball. Is running. We add another ball. Is attacking. Is dead. Okay, and I hope I didn't make any spelling errors or anything like that. Huh. Okay, you can make it out at least. Another thing is, how much is a bit of lag? Let's see if I chat something here. Hi. How? This is a lag test. That is going to be interesting. Because obviously, for me, it seems like that message went through straight away. Let's open my stream on a different browser or something. Let's do this. Just want to see here. What is up? What is up with this thing? Huh. So it seems like the stream is 20 minutes delayed. So my chats go through fine, but the actual video is very much delayed. Very, very much so. Yes. No, this is super delayed. Why? Let's see, Twitch. Stream. Massive delay. Let's ask. Internet, streaming software problems, Switch, server-side processing. Okay, I suppose it's not only my problem, necessarily. It could be a Twitch problem. Okay, they reckon I could change servers. I could change my software settings in Stream. In OBS. Okay. Maybe I could. Could contact Twitch support. Okay. This is something I'm gonna have to figure out off stream, I think. Yeah. So I guess if you want a more live experience, let's see if YouTube is more live. Yeah, YouTube is only delayed by like 10 seconds or so. It seems to me, at least, to be roughly 10 seconds. And Twitch is like 20 minutes. It might really be a server problem, but like changing my server now, that seems a bit drastic, right? I don't want to do that right now. Let's just power through. Okay, so we added all these animations. Now we just need to connect them. So okay, so we go to idle on start. Okay, so we need to go from idle potentially to run and to ranged attack, and then finally there might be death involved here somewhere, and then we exit, right? Okay, so we could make a transition to run. We should also make a transition to attack, and then whoops, no, I didn't mean to do that. And then make a transition back, to idle, and then this transition should also exist, right? So all of that works out, and then any one of these should go to death. Right? Make transition to death. Okay. Okay, so that's the simple part. Now we just need to, okay, we need to do a lot of things, but first thing is we could just, for now, I guess we could just say that the condition for this is idle needs to be true. The condition for this one is running true. Okay, this one's also is running must be true. Okay, this one must be is attacking true. Okay, this one is idle. Yep. This one must be is attacking. So we got the main loop working. Now we just need to do this, and this is basically if we die. So is dead true, is dead true, and finally is dead true. Okay, and then we can just transition to exit, right? Doesn't really matter from there. We just stop whatever we're doing. Okay, so we got all of the transitions. These work fine, I guess, somehow. Okay, so let's look at the brute and the controller. We want this controller in here. Now I'll be changing this prefab in the future once I got a new character to put in there, and then this will all change, so it's fine. For now it's a brute, and if we go to the scene, this is what it looks like, and we should be able to check. Yeah, here we have all our animations. So the idle animation, it's there, yeah, it's working. The death animation, it's doing its thing, and then the attack and the running animation. Good. So all of the animations seem to work. Now we just need to do a whole lot of scripts, pretty much. I think I can steal a lot of the stuff from our other enemy, the simple melee enemy. Right. That would be ideal. So let's see, scripts. Character. Okay, knight. Oh, here we go. Simple melee enemy and all its script. So it's got an animator, an attack script, a movement script, and then it's got its own warrior animator events script. What does this look like actually? What did I change here? Okay, it's playing the hit sounds and stuff like that. Okay. Now that I think about it, do any of my, let's see, range attack, does it have a what? Is that the only key it has? Okay, I could use that one. It's not a bad key. So perhaps I can use that one to make like a grunting sound. You know, the guy's throwing so hard he grunts when he throws. Something like that. I could try something like that. Yeah, but for now, should we? What does this animator look like? Okay, so this is going to be the same. This should be roughly the same. This is actually a lot of the same stuff. Okay, we need a state machine on state change. I might have made this stuff too generic. Because I see I only have an enemy state machine. This might be too generic. Well, it does change states and it does do some triggering stuff. What states do we have here? Idle, running, attack, dead. Yeah, I mean this is kind of what I need. Yeah, so I think the approach was I wanted to make the approach similar to the characters, where we have one state machine controlling everything. I'm not sure how good that'll work. Yeah, I'm a bit worried this is not gonna work so well. Because I see now more, sample melee enemy stuff in here. So I might have to make separate state machines for the different enemies. Oh yeah, I'm even tracking health here. Okay. There's a lot of problems with the way I implemented the enemy in the first place. I guess I figured that I will just make it work and then make it better later. So maybe I should just start from scratch with the state machines and all that stuff for the ranged enemy, and then I can come back and refactor the simple melee enemy one as well. I think that might be the way I go about this. Some of these work fine, maybe. But yeah, in general, this is not great. Okay, so let's create a folder here. In the scripts, create a folder, and we call this ranged bomber enemy. Okay, create. Okay, ranged enemy. Okay, so we'll need a state machine. Maybe I should just abbreviate this. Ranged bomber enemy. State machine. Yep, I like that. I think I'm gonna do something like that. Okay, so we need a state machine. And this could be the manager as well. Yeah, you see, this is another thing. Do I want separate state machines and managers? Do I want them all in one thing? Potentially it would be better if I keep them separate. Okay, well, let's just look at this. So we have an animator. So we need the animator and we need movement. Okay, so let's just add that. Okay, range bomber enemy movement. Okay, I don't know why this pops up every time. I think it's because it's compiling or something, and then it's like, yo, create range bomber enemy an animator. And I guess we're going to do something like a ranged bomber enemy attack script. Attack. Yeah, attack script. Something like that. So we have an animator, an attack, move, and a state machine that tells us what we're currently doing. The manager should track things like our health and stuff like that. Currently, the enemy state machine is currently doing a bunch of that stuff, right? It's like it's calculating the amount of health we have. It's despawning us. It's connected to all kinds of interesting things that might be not necessary. It's also handling when we die and what happens when we die. Yeah, so you know what? I'm going to create a new script for this. And we'll call this range bomber enemy manager. Right, so we have a manager now. Well, I call it a manager. We have a state machine, movement, attack, animator. I think that's most of the things, right? This is most of what it does. Okay, so on our range bomber enemy, we just make this a bit smaller here. We definitely want the manager, right? The manager goes there for sure. The state machine goes there for sure. Movement also goes there. The animator could go there. I don't think the animator goes there. I think it goes on this thing itself. Right, we can check. How did I make this work? Enemies. Okay, simple melee enemy. Let's open this guy up. Yeah, so the animator goes onto the body itself. Where the hell is this guy? Oh, there we go. The animator needs to go, and then we need a animator events thing for this. Yeah, so the animator goes there. And your... Oh yeah, we need to make a nav mesh. Yeah, so the movement, state machine. Okay, and then we have other nonsense here that... Oh, take damage. That we should also put in there. Okay, but for now... None of these do anything yet, so that's fine. Okay, but the brute itself needs to get the animator. Okay, and then what we should do is we should go duplicate this and rename ranged bomber enemy. Okay, and then we open this up because it's now broken somehow. Range bomber enemy. Changed it over here. Range bomber enemy. Save. Okay, so now it's its own thing. Let's just make sure. So we have that one. Oh, we have that one. Yeah. So it's its own thing. Let's just save. It should have renamed itself here now. And we can take it and we can drag it into the ranged bomber enemy. Yeah, you now lost your reference because the position of the file moved. That's your problem. Okay, warrior animator events for the ranged bomber enemy. This also goes to our brute. Like so. Okay, yeah, then we have the on hit, all these potential things. And we have our track trigger zone. So yeah, so that's something we need to add here. So we need to add create enemy attack trigger zone. Okay. There we go. Okay, so the attack trigger zone thing is probably going to be similar to what we did with the archer or the ranger. The difference being we are going to we're not just shooting something in a line, so we're going to trigger, but we're also going to get the position of the thing that was triggering her. So yeah, so effectively we'll have the bubble thing or whatever. We'll not make it as close because this guy doesn't want to be up close and personal when it's throwing a bomb, but it'll make the trigger, and then it throws the bomb to the position of our character, right, or our player, roughly. Oh, that's what it's going to try and do. It seems like according to Twitch, my stream is now excellent, and it's been excellent for a while. So maybe the server is good now. Again, I don't know. Let's just check here. Okay, so I think if you refresh... Okay. Stream seems better now. Consider doing a refresh. Yeah, it's now not massively lagging. Okay. Cool. So we got our things set up. Obviously, there's no functionality just yet. But what we can do is we could also... Let's go back here. This guy's gonna look super ugly, but it's fine. So enemies, simple melee enemy, ranged bomber. We stick one of those guys in here, so that's what it looks like. And our simple melee enemy. Whoa, is it really this big? Okay, jeez. Jeez, like it. Oh yeah, actually we do have one of those guys in here somewhere, right? So, Mr. Ranged enemy, go there next to... Let's put you next to this guy. Okay, you are way too small. Wow. Position 0. Okay. Just open the prefab up. How do we scale? Do we scale you like this? Seems good. Nice. Okay, thank you for checking. Okay, how big must this guy be? I think he's 0.7. So roughly the same size as the other guy. He's quite buff. Okay, but this is going to change, right? We're not going to keep him this buff. Once we get the new model, it'll not be a little bit skinnier, right? Okay, but regardless, The scaling looks about fine now. You need to replace your landline phone? Wow. That's amazing. I think our landlines have been pretty much removed. I haven't had a landline in years. Buffering a little bit, might still be Twitch. It could be, right? I don't know what's happening, but like YouTube's not complaining at all. And Twitch is, well, it stopped complaining a little bit ago. So currently I'm stable at 4,500 kilobytes per second. Oh, you need it for work. You can use a cell phone for that. Or voice over IP, I guess. Oh, well, okay, man. Might not work that way. And I know that even in South Africa, we consider it good business practice, or I don't know what you want to call it, to have a landline for a business. Right? You don't really conduct business, so mobile only or whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. I kind of abandoned that. I'm just on mobile. Okay, but this guy is there. It doesn't have an attack trigger zone yet. No. Okay, so but I can now start fiddling. I did a bunch of the setup. I got the animator to do something. Yeah. Are you in a work from home situation? And they like want to call you on landline and you should answer it. That's the way they know you're at your desk at home. And then you're not I don't know, some other random place in the world. Okay. So we want this brute to have a nav mesh thing as well. So if we click on this guy, it's got a nav mesh agent. So we could do that maybe. Let's try it. So we click here. No, not there. Just the range bomber enemy. Add nav mesh agent. Now, I have no idea what I need to select here. Speed and stuff like that, I guess I could change. Obstacle avoidance, maybe that's not a problem. Oh, I need to set the destination somehow. I think I do that with the movement script, right? Okay, let's click on this guy. Speed 8. Let's copy this. Copy components. And then we go to this guy. And we paste. Okay, so now it's roughly the same speed. Stopping distance is 3. I wonder if we make that 10, for instance, and we make it slower, like 6. The rest can be the same, I don't mind that. It'd be kind of cool if I could get this guy to move before I need to go. Ooh, I'm cutting it close. Okay, let's see. I think in the movement script I set the, so I have the agent here and then I set the agent's destination. They're making them new for call centers. Oh. That's interesting. So there really was a problem then with Twitch. Interesting. Yeah, I think I should end the stream. It's 7 o'clock now. Hey, you've got call centers with a thing, eh? Oh, they are really a thing. No, I mean, if you look... But I think a lot of call centers, they use headsets. Because it's just more comfortable. Because those guys sit and take 100 calls a day, right? Like, you can't be picking up a phone and putting it down all the time. So they just use like a headset like you would use for gaming or something. Or at least that's what my wife used back in her call center days. She used to work at one of the local banks call centers. People called her, "My money is gone." Like, well, that's your problem. No. You know, sometimes there was obviously like potential scams or fraud or something like that, and they need to reverse transactions and things. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna call it here. But rotary phones are so cool, man. They're a pain. You struggle to dial anything with those, but I mean they look cool. Yeah, if you're into that retro tech stuff, I guess. Okay, I think I'm gonna end this here, just because it's 7 o'clock and I need to go get ready for work, which starts at 8 for me. So. Let me do this thing. So I'm ramping up the production quality for the stream, so we can end that, and I should be able to do this. I don't know if it works. Hopefully you are seeing a stream is ending. Thank you for watching screen. Let me know if you can see this. I want to know if it works. Oh, look, I can see your chat on the screen. Cool. Thanks. Okay, great stuff. Then I'll see you tomorrow, I guess, maybe. We'll see. I'll be here. I am here every day. You'll see I extended the stream hours by an extra hour at the start. Yeah, you probably need to go to bed now, hey? I need to go to work, you need to go to bed. Cheers. Let me get to work.